Hi friends, this is Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. So we're not in the kitchen today. The last video I showed you my suitcase dresser, and it was kind of cool, and I showed you, broke down how I did it. I got several email requests asking if I had other projects. I've got tons of projects. The next bookcase I'm going to show you, I call it a bookcase, but it's a dresser. It's a fully functioning dresser. So this is what it looked like before I got it, or before I started. So you can see that it's already kind of neat just as it is. When I start a project, and my projects, my DIY projects, they're pretty big. They're pretty big jobs. But whether I get dressed or decorate a cake or do event planning or start a project, no matter what it is, no matter what task I have at hand, I start at the end. I know what I want the finished product to look like. So then I have to start and do whatever I have to do to make that happen. Sometimes I bite off more than I can chew, but boy, it's delicious when it's done. Um, this this is probably one of my favorites. And the techniques are essentially the same, but the outcomes, well, that's where it gets fun. Sorry, I'm essentially showing you just the center bookcase, dresser drawer. um, they're just five of my favorite books. Um, and they're classics. They're just awesome to look at. Let me show you the sides. Okay, sorry about the wobbly hands, guys. That's the side. It's kind of cool, right? All right, so to show you what I did, all I did was I got a moss green paint. First thing I did, of course, was sand everything down. And then I got a moss green paint and just painted the sides, the top, the legs, and in between the drawers. And this is how I matched where the difference, of course, between the, the books. So that's just part of the dresser, and I used that. And then I made a template, this shape right here. That's it. I just made a piece of cardboard, and I cut out just that shape, which would represent the end of a book. I painted the rest of this green, masked that off because I was going to get to it later, and proceeded down the same thing. These knobs were the same knobs. They were just turned sideways on the original dresser. I spray painted them a matte metallic gold. And again, this, and this is all scrapbooking paper. This is kind of interesting. These scrolls here, they're just they're just, again, from the scrapbooking section, and they're just stickers. Now, initially, I was going to use those as templates. Take a fine pencil, mark it off, take off this, and then paint it. But this works, and it's stuck on there pretty good. So until it doesn't work, I'm going to leave it there. Same thing with, and I gave each book its own separate design, only because that's how they came. It came with several designs, so I just used them. And these different colored paints, where do I buy my paint? I buy my paint at the Home Depot in the discount section. Some people get those little bottles of paint to test them out. So they put a color up, they decide they don't like it, they bring it back, and I get it for $1. And so I wasn't really too keen on, any particular colors, so I used what they had. This one here, I love this one. And yes, this is cricket lettering. So for this, all I did was I put a base color, which was this goldish mustard color. And then I got I had extra burgundy type paint, and I just blotched it on with a sponge. And I masked off. I cut every piece exactly the same so they line up nicely. And then with these standing up, they kind of just seem to fit better. It just doesn't look right if I put them sideways. You see? So that's all that is. There's no trick to it, just a twist. Then the sides. This part is probably one of my favorite features. Can you tell we have a dog? So I kept the book coloring all the way across and outlined again the design, what I thought would be for the edge of the binder, the book. It's always very skinny here and then more pages. Blocked off this section too with another cut and took the paint all the way to the edge, got that cut out, and continued with the grain. Now here's a part where patience pays off. I quite literally sat down, laid this on the side, took a ruler and a sharp pencil, and just marked. That's it. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, right? So because it's lead, it would come off if I just smeared it. So I didn't want that. So I took a varnish and I just did a light spray over it. And so now I can clean it and rub it and nothing's going to happen. That's it. That's my dresser. I have I've been doing this for a long time, and when I find something unique at a garage sale or one of these let go apps or wherever it is, a friend who doesn't want something anymore, I see I I look at it and I see beyond what they're getting rid of. So if they're getting rid of a dresser, I want to make that into something bigger, better, really cool looking, and it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of work, but boy, if you saw the comments, people are coming by when we have parties and they see this. It's just, you don't expect it, and I love the unexpected. There's a couple more I'll show you later on, but go out and try something new. Quite literally look outside the box. I love taking something that is used for one particular thing and giving it a whole new life and purpose. That's it. That's my DIY fun. Okay, my friends, until next time.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.